Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a closer look at Avant-Garde Construction. They're a home repair and improvement service based in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, also serving, the broader Bergen County area.
That's right. We've got some info on their services, plus an article that goes into their background and sort of their philosophy.
And our mission here is really to figure out what makes Avant-Garde stand out. It's a competitive field,
Yeah.
especially useful if you're a homeowner around Bergen County thinking about a project.
Exactly. We want to get beyond just a list of what they do and understand their approach, why it might matter to you, the homeowner.
And they definitely seem to cover a lot of ground. We're talking roofing, siding, even major remodels and outdoor spaces, patios, decks, that kind of thing.
Quite a range, yeah.
Okay, so let's get into it. Where did they start? When did Avant-Garde Construction actually, come into being?
They kicked things off in 2010, but interestingly, the founder wasn't exactly new to construction then. They apparently brought something like 2 decades of hands-on experience before starting Avant-Garde. That's a solid foundation.
20 years. Yeah, that's definitely significant. So what was the thinking behind starting the company? What are their sort of guiding principles?
Well, it seems like their core vision is about reliable professional work,
Hmm.
based on good craftsmanship and making sure the customer is happy.
Okay, that makes sense.
And they specifically mention wanting to be different by focusing on transparency and fair pricing.
That's interesting, because those can be real pain points for homeowners, right?
Absolutely. Knowing the pricing is fair and everything's clear, that can be a huge relief. It seems like a core part of their identity.
So for our listeners who are in Bergen County, where exactly do they operate? Is it the whole county?
Their main base is Fair Lawn, but yeah, they also work quite a bit in places like Ridgewood, Glen Rock, and, other nearby towns in Bergen County. So good local coverage. Got it. Okay, let's break down the services. Roofing, that's obviously critical for any house. What do they offer there?
Yeah, roofing is a big one for them. And it looks pretty comprehensive. Everything from like small leak repairs all the way up to full roof replacements and new installations.
Different materials too.
Seems so. They mention working with shingles, metal, tile, even flat roofs for both residential and commercial properties. And importantly, they mention warranties on their roofing.
Oh, that's good. Warranty always adds a bit of confidence.
It does. And they also do related things like attic ventilation, which is important for roof health, and emergency repairs, too.
Right, because it's not just the shingles or tiles, is it? There's a whole system up there.
Exactly, which leads to gutters, soffits, fascia, all that stuff that manages water runoff. They handle those, too.
So installation and repair for gutters and, where were the other thing? Soffits. Gutters, soffits, fascia. Yeah, they install and repair them. Plus, they offer things like leaf guards, which can save you a lot of hassle, and seamless gutter installations. All about protecting the house from water damage, really.
Makes sense. Okay, moving down the house a bit, masonry. What falls under that umbrella for them?
Masonry covers quite a bit. Think walkways, steps, patios made with pavers, retaining walls for landscaping.
So curb appeal stuff, mostly.
That, but also stonework, both inside and out, and interior tile work, too. Plus, a really key area, chimney services.
Ah, chimneys. Right, what kind of chimney work?
Repairs, full rebuilds if needed, repointing, that's fixing the mortar between the bricks, installing caps, repairing the crown on top, pretty much keeping the chimney safe and functional.
Okay, comprehensive. Now, what about siding? That's the home's main shield against, well, everything.
Right, protection and looks. They install and repair a whole bunch of siding materials.
Like what?
You've got vinyl fiber cement, which is really durable wood, engineered wood, stone veneer, brick veneer, shingles, cedar shakes. Lots of options depending on the look and budget you want.
So a wide range.
Definitely. And they also do the trim and fascia that goes along with the siding to give that finished look.
Oh, okay. Now, let's talk about the fun stuff, maybe. Creating those outdoor living areas. Decks, porches, patios, sunrooms even.
Yeah, this is where they help create spaces for relaxing or entertaining outdoors.
Yeah.
They work with different materials, including popular choices like composite decking and Trex, low-maintenance stuff.
Is it just new builds, or do they fix up existing ones, too?
Both. They mentioned building new decks, porches, patios, sunrooms, but also doing repairs and refinishing for ones you might already have.
Good to know. And then the big interior changes, remodeling, kitchens, bathrooms. What's their scope there?
They tackle interior and exterior remodeling. Kitchens and bathrooms are often big ones, of course, but also other general interior renovations.
So that includes things like painting, floors.
Yep. Painting, flooring, drywall, installing fixtures, the whole package. They make a point, actually, about using quality contractors for remodels.
Why emphasize that?
Well, remodeling projects can sometimes go sideways if you don't have the right team. They seem focused on avoiding those headaches for homeowners.
Right, preventing those nightmare renovation stories we sometimes hear. Okay, so that covers the what. But they talk about an avant-garde advantage. What do they mean by that? What makes them different in their view?
They highlight a few things. First off, direct owner supervision on projects.
Meaning the actual owner is involved day to day.
That's the implication. That the owner is overseeing the work directly, which could mean, more accountability, maybe a more personal commitment to quality.
That could definitely be appealing. What else?
They mention their team-skilled craftspeople, specialists in their trades who get ongoing training. The idea is expertise leads to better work.
Makes sense.
Also, a focus on using quality materials from manufacturers they trust,
Right.
which ties into the longevity of the work, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cheap materials often mean problems later. What about communication? That's huge on big projects.
Yeah, they stress that. Clear communication, keeping the homeowner in the loop. I mean, detailed estimates up front, regular progress updates, trying to avoid surprises.
And anything else for this advantage?
One more thing, clean workmanship. Keeping the site tidy during the job and doing a proper cleanup afterwards. It's a small detail, maybe, but it affects the homeowner's experience.
It really does. Sounds like they're trying to hit all the key concerns homeowners usually have. They also mentioned being local, rooted in Bergen County. How does that help the client?
Being local means they likely have a good handle on things like local building codes, permit processes, which can smooth things out.
Ah, navigating the bureaucracy. Yeah.
Exactly. And they probably know the common architectural styles in the area, the climate considerations, so they can advise on materials and designs that fit well and will last here.
That local knowledge is definitely a plus. Okay, what about looking forward? Any mention of innovation, new techniques, or sustainability?
They do touch on that. They say they're always looking at new materials and methods. And there's an increasing focus on energy efficiency.
Like what specifically?
Things like insulated siding, energy-efficient windows and doors. Their take on sustainability seems practical, building things to last a long time, which inherently reduces waste.
So durability as a form of sustainability. Interesting. Okay, let's picture someone deciding to hire them. What's that client experience like, according to Avant-Garde?
They describe it as consultative, meaning they start by really digging into what you, the client, need and want, trying to understand the goals first.
So not just jumping straight to a quote.
Right. They also see themselves as educating the client, helping you understand the options so you can make good choices. Then there's a detailed planning phase to keep things efficient and minimize disruption.
Minimize disruption. That's always appreciated during construction.
Definitely. And they even mention providing guidance on maintenance after the job is done.
Like follow-up care advice. Okay. It sounds pretty thorough. Now, do you have that slogan or philosophy? Imagine it, we can build it, and you can enjoy it. Can you unpack that a little?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, really. Imagine it is about you, the homeowner, figuring out your vision. What do you want this project to achieve?
The dream phase.
Kind of, yeah. Then we can build it. That's Avant-Garde stepping in to handle the practical side.
Yeah.
The design, the plans, the actual construction, taking the vision and making it real.
Okay.
And the last part, and you can enjoy it. That just emphasizes the goal. Finish the project right, on time, on budget, so you can just, enjoy the result without stress.
I like that clarity. Okay, so if someone listening in Bergen County is thinking, maybe Avant-Garde is worth checking out, what should they do?
They offer a free consultation. The number to call is 551-250-9494.
551-250-9494.
Got it. And that's for Fair Lawn and those surrounding Bergen County towns we mentioned earlier.
Exactly.
All right, well, let's try and wrap up this deep dive. What are the main takeaways about Avant-Garde Construction? I'd say the big picture is they offer a really wide range of home improvement services, specifically in the Bergen County area. The key themes seem to be quality workmanship, customer satisfaction, driven by that communication and transparency, and a sort of personalized, owner-involved approach, plus all that experience behind them.
So for you listening, if you're facing a repair, dreaming about a renovation, or wanting to upgrade your backyard space in Bergen County, knowing about a company like Avant-Garde gives you a solid option to research further.
Which brings us to a final thought. Think about the long-term value, the peace of mind, that comes from choosing a contractor who really emphasizes quality and keeps you informed. When you picture the next change for your home, what's going to be most important for you in picking that partner to make it happen? Quality, communication, cost. Something else entirely. Something to mull over.